smoked snapper dip, Buccaneer chicken, and Oaxacan barbacoa. From the DoubleTree by Hilton Golf Resort in Palm Springs, California, I'm Stephen Raichlen, and this is Project Smoke.
Peeling a squash for the Oaxacan barbacoa.
Yeah, here we go. Action!
Modern barbecue began in the Caribbean, where the Taino Indians smoked game and fish over a grill fashioned from saplings. They called it barbacoa, origin of our word barbecue. Today, we pay homage to that early barbecue in a show filled with spice, smoke, and fire. Up first, smoked snapper dip with chips like you've never seen before. I have in my personal archives an engraving of an early Caribbean barbecue. It depicts whole fish impaled on wooden stakes in front of a smoky fire. That's the inspiration for this smoked snapper dip, and we give it a Project Smoke twist. It's served with smoked root vegetable chips for dipping. I have here a 1.5 pound fillet of super fresh snapper. We brined it in a mixture of water, brown sugar, salt, lime, Scotch bonnet chilies, and these fragrant allspice berries. We brine the fish for 3 hours, and then what you want to do is just drain it off and place the fish on a wire rack. Blot it dry with paper towels. When you smoke fish, you always want it to be dry. That way, the smoke will adhere to the surface. To smoke the fish, I'm using an electric smoker. I fueled it with mesquite sawdust discs. Mesquite grows wild all over the Caribbean. We'll open the smoker and place the snapper in the smoker. Smoking time about 30 to 40 minutes. This is what it looks like when it's smoked. You can see it's beautifully bronzed with mesquite smoke. Transfer it to a rack, let it cool, and what you want to do is just take the flesh of the fish off of the skin, removing any bones. It's a little easier to take the fish off while it's still warm, but you'll let it cool completely before you make the dip. Wow, that's really good. Place the fish in the food processor and pulse the processor to coarsely chop the fish. Then add mascarpone, which is an Italian cream cheese. You could also use conventional cream cheese. A sprinkle of chopped fresh chives, freshly grated horseradish for heat, a shot of Worcestershire sauce, a shot of hot sauce, sea salt, freshly ground black pepper, then add freshly grated lime zest, that's that aromatic, oil-rich outer rind. Cut the lime in half and add a squeeze of fresh lime juice. Process until the ingredients are well blended. Take a taste. Makes all the difference when you smoke the fish yourself. And transfer the smoked snapper dip to a bowl. Just to finish this dip up, a sprinkle of chopped fresh chives and maybe a lime wedge. But we're not done yet. I want to show you how to smoke chips. I have a bowl filled with tropical chips. You have taro chips, sweet potato chips, plantain chips, and cover the bowl with plastic wrap, leaving one corner uncovered. And fire up the handheld smoker and fill the bowl of chips with wood smoke. Tightly cover the bowl. Let the smoke infuse in the chips for 3 to 4 minutes. Once the smoke has infused in the chips, just take a handful on your serving plate. Now the moment of truth. It's smoky, it's creamy, nice spice, nice heat. So the next time you make a smoked fish dish, smoke the fish, smoke the chips. Yeah, man. Come on in, guys. What do you think?
So good.
Nice, huh?
Wow.
And the
Tons of
chips,
flavor.
right?
Perfect.
Many years ago, when I was traveling around the world's barbecue trail to do research, I saw a sign in Guadeloupe in the French West Indies. It said, poulet Buccaneer, smoked chicken. So I screeched to the side of the road, and I found a grill master who's using not wood for smoking his chicken, but another important local crop, sugarcane. You've heard of pirates called Buccaneers. What you may not realize is that they take their name from the French Caribbean word for smoke, boucan. That's the origin of our next dish, Buccaneer chicken. And it uses a smoking fuel that may surprise you, sugarcane. Step number 1, spatchcock the chicken. Spatchcocking means to cut out the backbone, open the chicken up like a book, so it cooks flat. And the reason you spatchcock a chicken is to maximize the surface area exposed to the spice and smoke. So first, you want to cut out the backbone. Next, open the chicken up. And you see here this little piece of white cartilage at the head of the breastbone. You want to cut through the white cartilage and then snap the chicken open on either side of the breastbone. Run your thumb down the breastbone, crack it in the center, pull up, and pull down to remove the breastbone. Here's the spatchcocked chicken. You can see it lays flat. I'll put the chicken back over ice. So I'll just swap out the cutting board and wash my hands and grab another cutting board. And step number 2, make the marinade. Start with 6 cloves of garlic. And you want to just lightly crush the garlic. Add the garlic. Finely chopped chives. In the French West Indies, they'd use a chive-like plant called an escallion. For firepower, we're using Scotch bonnet chilies or their cousins, the habanero. These are exceedingly hot peppers. They measure 200,000 on the Scoville scale. Just to give you a frame of reference, a jalapeno chili is about 5,000 Scovilles. Then add thinly sliced onion and fresh thyme, lots of fresh thyme. This is one of the defining flavors of French Caribbean cooking. And whole allspice berries, then dark rum, vegetable oil, fresh lime juice, and you can cut up a fresh lime. That way you get some of that aromatic lime zest flavor. Then a generous pinch of salt and freshly ground black pepper, and just stir to mix. Spread half of the seasoning mixture in the bottom of a baking dish. Arrange the spatchcock chickens on top. Then spoon the remaining seasoning mixture over the chickens. Now spread that aromatic onion, chili, lime mixture. Then tightly cover the chicken with plastic wrap and marinate it in the refrigerator for at least 6 hours, preferably overnight. To smoke the Buccaneer chicken, I'm using this monster ceramic cooker. To fire the cooker, I've loaded the coal basket with natural lump charcoal. Then grab about 1/3 of a chimney of lit charcoal and pour it on top of the unlit charcoal. This is called a top-down burn. And then here's the next thing that makes Buccaneer chicken so delectably different. Instead of using wood chips, we're actually going to place sugarcane stalks on the coals. Now, place the grate on the cooker. Then you want to build a sort of platform for the chicken with split sugarcane batons. And the chicken is actually going to cook right on the sugarcane. The heat, the sugarcane juices mixed with the chicken, again, an additional layer of flavor. So here's the marinated chicken, and you want to just pick it up and lay it on those sugarcane sticks. Beautiful. Now pour the marinade over the chickens. Then close the lid of the cooker, seal the latch, and you want to adjust the vents, bottom vent about 1 pencil width open. Top vent, you close all the way and then back it off 2 inches. We want to be at about 275 degrees. Cook time for this Buccaneer chicken, about 2 to 2.5 hours. Meanwhile, I'm going to show you how to make the sauce chien, the dog sauce. The traditional table sauce in the French West Indies is called sauce chien, dog sauce. You can think of it as a sort of volcanic vinaigrette. It starts with minced Scotch bonnet chili for heat, and minced shallot, thinly sliced scallion, minced garlic, finely chopped parsley, salt, freshly ground black pepper, and then here's the vinaigrette part. We'll cut a lemon in half, squeeze it through your fingers to catch any seeds, extra virgin olive oil, and finally, a technique you may never have seen before. You add boiling water to the sauce chien. What the boiling water does is it just takes some of the rawness from the shallots and garlic away. Very fresh, very colorful, and let's just take a taste. Nice balance of heat, acidity, and aromatics. So here's your sauce chien. Just pour it in a serving bowl. It's been 2.5 hours. Let's check on the chicken. Check it out. How cool does that look? The chicken on the sugarcane. So pull off one. All right. So here's your Buccaneer chicken. And I'll put one on a platter. And to serve with it, a popular West Indian side dish, grilled plantains. The other one, I'll put on the cutting board. So let's see how we did. A little sauce chien, dog sauce. That is really different. It's a much lighter smoke flavor, herbaceous, herb-like. Remember, sugarcane is actually an edible grass. So from the Buccaneers of the Caribbean to Project Smoke in Palm Springs. Up next, Barbacoa, the way they make it in Mexico. Barbacoa is made from one end of Mexico to the other. In northern Mexico, for example, it is a pit-roasted steer's head. Here's the Oaxacan version, which features pork wrapped in avocado leaves and smoke-roasted over a pot of water and vegetables. The meat juices, the chili juices drain into the soup, and you wind up with two dishes, this spicy vegetable soup and incredibly succulent smoky meat. It's fascinating and supremely delicious. Barbacoa originated in the Caribbean, but as far as I know, there's only one country that still makes it, and that's Mexico. The Project Smoke version begins with a pork shoulder slathered with a guajillo chili paste, carpeted with aromatic avocado leaves, and smoke roasted over a pot of vegetables that become the soup. First, the chili paste. It begins with these guajillo chilies, bright red, very aromatic, mildly fiery, and I soak them in warm water to make them soft and pliable. Then I'll stem the chilies, place the chilies with their soaking liquid in a blender, then add 1/2 onion, coarsely chopped, 5 or 6 cloves of garlic, coarsely chopped, a piece of cinnamon bark, cloves and black peppercorns, Mexican oregano, and then water, distilled white vinegar, and a generous pinch of sea salt and freshly ground black pepper. Puree these ingredients to a smooth paste. Okay, let's just give it a little taste. Whew, there's a fair amount of heat there. Next step is to score the outside of your pork shoulder in a crosshatch pattern. You want to cut through about every inch, maybe 1/4 of an inch deep, and this is going to foster the absorption of that chili marinade. In addition to getting the marinade into the meat, it also makes the pork roast look really cool. Now place the scored pork roast in a jumbo resealable plastic bag. Then take your chili marinade and pour it over the pork. Seal the top of the bag. Then massage the bag to coat the pork on all sides with the marinade. Marinate the pork in the refrigerator overnight. To cook the barbacoa, I'm using an offset barrel smoker. I lit a chimney of natural lump charcoal. Add the charcoal to the smoker. Now let me show you how to assemble the barbacoa for smoking. Start with the ingredients for a Mexican vegetable soup. That would be cabbage, corn cut into 1-inch rounds, new potatoes cut in half, zucchini cut into 1/2-inch chunks, calabacita or butternut squash, diced tomato, thickly sliced carrots, diced onion, and an herb bundle comprised of cilantro and bay leaf. Add plenty of sea salt and freshly ground black pepper. Then take fresh or dried avocado leaves, which you can find at any Mexican market, and lay the leaves on top of the vegetables. Then take your chili marinated pork shoulder and place it on top. And finally, place a few avocado leaves on top of the pork, and you can pin them in place with toothpicks. The avocado leaves have an herbal anisey flavor, one of the defining flavors of barbacoa. Then put the pot with the pork shoulder and vegetables in the smoker. And now add the water just to cover the vegetables. This is easier to do once the pot is in the smoker. Okay, so what's gonna happen? The pork is gonna smoke and cook. The juices are gonna flow down through the avocado leaves into the vegetables, flavoring the vegetables. You're cooking the roast and the soup at the same time. Then close the smoke chamber, and to generate wood smoke, place an oak log on the fire. Adjust the vents to obtain a temperature of about 275 to 300 degrees. Cooking time, about 10 hours. This requires a little patience, but I promise you it's worth it.
And ready, and action.
It's been 10 hours. And look at that magnificent barbacoa. The pork sure looks tender, pulls apart with your fingers, but I always like to check with an instant read meat thermometer, looking for about 195 degrees. Bingo. Put on your heat-proof gloves and take the barbacoa. I don't know about you, but man, that is gorgeous to me. So, first step, let's get rid of the toothpicks, and then let's transfer the pork. Oh, look at that. It is so, I don't mind that. It is so tender, it's just fallen right off the bone. Stir in chopped chipotle chili and chopped fresh cilantro. Now, ladle the soup into a bowl. This beautiful vegetable soup, flavored with all the pork juices, the cabbage, calabacita, the corn, the potatoes. Oh man, this is a meal in itself. And let's taste this. It is so richly flavorful. The pork juices, the cilantro, the kick of the chipotle. And now, for the pork, what you want to do is just pull the pork off the bone and then thinly slice it across the grain. Look at that beautiful smoke ring. And the knife just glides through the pork like butter. Take a flour tortilla that you have warmed on the grill and top it with some of the barbacoa meat. Then some thinly shredded cabbage. Then a spoonful of salsa borracha, drunken salsa. The recipe is on our website. This is insane. The meat is so tender and smoky. The fiery salsa, the crisp cabbage. This transports me back to Oaxaca, where I first had this dish. Unbelievable flavors. Barbacoa rides again. So I hope you've enjoyed our show on tropical smoke. Smoked snapper dip, Buccaneer chicken, and Oaxacan barbacoa. Thanks for joining us. See you next time.
And right in the lens, please. Hold
Yeah, the weird thing
the
is I
lens.
see my reflection in the lens, and so I feel like I'm looking at myself, which is dumb. But anyway, that's my problem.
Yeah, sorry.
Here we go.
Go.
All right, ready? Bring it up. Show
Hold on, hold on.
Pick up sticks.
Which will add, do I need to do that again?
Nope.
Nope. Okay,
Unless there's a reason you think you should.
because I wasn't looking at you?
Try not to get in his eye line because he's easily distractible by interesting sights.